Welcome back, everybody, to our April AGE Open. We are one round in. We've already had the chance, of course, to see a Victor mirror on stream, with Chrissy Ali, being kind of forced onto the hero this weekend, still showing us why he's one of the very best in this region, if not the entire world, as is evidenced by his past results. Let's move on, though. Our next matchup, before we get into that, we can talk about a metagame breakdown, right? Because in Phuket, we had a lot of, KO and Dromai, right? The third next most represented deck was Victor, who's really popular in that region. There were 7 Prisms and a lot of Hatchets, Dorinthia, but,
I think the Hatchets, Dorinthia, Stonks are going up.
If you want to win, don't play Dawnblade. You have to be really good. Trust me, I'm not really good, and I don't win as Dawnblade. So don't do it. Just play Hatchets, okay?
Mitch can't do it, neither can you.
No, I mean, you might be able to do it even if I can't. But don't. You're better off just eating crayons and playing the Hatchets list. Anyway, let's talk metagame breakdown. Oh, have a look at this. The Golden Sun reigns supreme here, or rather, behind our top 3. So we have a lot of Dromai, Dorinthia, Leviah. I've seen 2 Hatchets Dorinthias already. One of them winning, one of them pairing into Dromai. So you know how that goes. A lot of players wanting to continue to ride the high of the Ash Artist after her showing at Pro Tour. 5 Leviahs here. Well, it wouldn't be SoCal if not for a few Leviahs. Of course, we have Angel Benitez here, who's been a prolific Leviah player. A number of others. Then Victor. 5 Victors represented. Only 3 KOs represented here. What?
Wow, he's fallen off a little bit in this meta.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous to really imagine. We have a singular copy of Bravo. That's got to be Alan Huang. There's no one else who would be doing that. 3 Kano, Peter Vidensik. Probably ran into AB12 in his first matchup and wasn't able to win that one. I only overheard that conversation. Saw some Katsu play, of course, on the Phuket stream overnight. Big shout out, of course, to the gang on that broadcast team. Obviously, Ethan, Pankaj, Sam, one of our locals. But yeah, a lot of Leviah, Dorinthia, very powerful right now, just offering probably some of the most disgusting value. I think a triple hit turn equates to like a 2-card 12. So that's kind of messed up.
The value is offset by the killing yourself aspect of the deck, but it's a lot when things line up.
Oh, you mean the Leviah, of course.
I'm sorry.
Also, Dorinthia obviously gives you that value.
I'm sorry. Dorinthia is just doing that without the drawback.
The only way you're killing yourself is inside because you're not playing Dawnblade.
Yeah, it hurts so much to get 12 value every game off the field.
Okay, doesn't hurt that badly. Let's jump on to our next game, though. It's going to be fun. Todd Kotow here on Victor Goldmane. He actually has a badge there, like a store clerk. It says Victor, the Golden Sun.
Yeah.
Yep. So Todd obviously...
That was his real name for like a 5-minute period. I was like, that's interesting.
Because it looks so normal and mundane. He had this Victor badge on it.
He actually gave me a copy of a Victorless Victor when I went to the Pro Tour. He gave me just the horse.
Just the horse? We don't know if the horse, by the way, is the one that's named Victor or not. Tyler Horspool is in rare form. I shouldn't say rare because he's always up to something. This time, Tyler Horspool is in character on Dash.io. The only Dash.io here, I'm pretty sure, though, that Tyler paid this hero, at the calling at the very least here. I don't think he's in the PT. And yes, he's got all the accoutrements there. Fantastic horse sippy cup. Victor, the horse sippy cup, in fact.
Yeah, that is Victor. That's Victor.
That's as far as
that's it.
Look at Todd's hero card.
He's got it right there on screen.
Yeah,
it was such a wonderful gift, to get one of those. So now maybe he and I think about 50 other people have that card.
Okay.
They've been giving them out as presents.
I love that. That is a fun altar. Yeah, it remains to be seen which one is actually named Victor, of course. Tyler, he's a man of theatre. School teacher in his regular life, but out here he loves to talk trash and loves to sling some cardboard on the Dash.io today. Very quickly, here's Tyler Horspool. Favorite memory experience from Pro Tour LA: being told to play the calling instead of day 2. 3-0 into 0-3 drop. Who drops from the Pro Tour at 3-0? That is wild. Again, Chrissy Ali racking up the participation points. Love a bit of trash talk between those two. And he also bigging up Zane Johnson as someone who we didn't get on stream in the first round. He's playing Prism today, and it is indeed an incredible player out here from SoCal. So, off to the races we go here. Dash.io. Let's talk a little bit about what we should expect from this. Symbiosis shot, of course, the weapon of choice.
Yeah, so the Dash.io player, as every Dash.io player is sort of pigeonholed into, is going to be aggressive because those items don't block. So we're expecting to see Tyler Horspool try to put the gas on and never let it up. We're looking for key cards like High Octane and sometimes even Toma Fiendal, which can be a really big card when you've got a bunch of action points to play. Pop that from the arsenal, heal up a bunch, draw 2 cards, and keep going.
All right, see a backup protocol red in the hand there. Looks like a 0 to 60 to work with. And again, we'll be going hard and fast here against someone who will want to play defensive, right? We have Titan's Fist, Aurum Aegis here set up for Todd. So no, yeah. Interesting that we have no Miller's Grindstone here, as we are trying to help the dash maybe deck out a little bit quicker, but...
Yeah, I think the choice to bring Titan's Fist is more into decks like KO, where you can be so punished for losing that clash that it's just... you don't have the deck space for both, so you pick one over the other. And he decided to go with Titan's Fist in his list.
Now remember, Dash.io says you can look at the top card of your deck at any time, and once per turn you can play an item with cost 0 or 1 from the top of your deck as though it were an instant. It does cost an extra 1 to play here. So we played a backup protocol off the top. It looks like another one here with Crank, of course, to maintain
3 item start is exactly what you want to see.
Okay.
Really great turn 0 here from Tyler. Just setting up, passing it over. Doesn't give Todd a chance to filter. 3 counters on his pistol already.
And that's an optical monocle being deployed there, which will have 5 steam counters when it comes in. And you can remove a steam counter to opt. So Tyler wants to set up the top of his deck as much as he can. There's no risk of boosting, non-mech cards out, but you want to be able to, rip more items off the top here. He's got a whole set of them to work with already.
Yeah, I was a little bit worried for Tyler in this matchup. Seeing that start, though, is phenomenal.
Okay, peek at the top here. Todd presenting a Rouse the Ancients, showing a Golden Sun here, and a Thunderquake in the blue. Pitching, of course, that blue Macho Grande, which is more of a game ender. Unless you're in a Victor Mirror, of course, when it's just good damage.
Wonder if he'll opt to arsenal that Golden Sun without any gold yet. I guess he has the shield, so it's not too big of a risk.
Yeah, gold on demand. Might favour to make use of that to block first, otherwise that is a bit of a value loss. So just 1 card block here for Tyler. Todd follow up with just a Titan's Fist here, so nothing too threatening, just sending 4. We are pitching to Dash.io here. We know it's on the top.
Blocking some damage. The defensive Dash.io play.
Is that the Dissolving Shield?
Dissolving Shield. You can take a counter off at instant speed and block 1 damage, up to 3, which he chooses to do immediately, cashing it in and taking no damage off that hit, or 1 damage off that hit.
Of course, having to pay 1 to get that off the top of the deck here, so the backup protocol red's going to go away. That means we can get a card back. Oh yeah, I don't think that goes into hand. It goes onto the top, right? So I guess he's just...
For the protocol?
Yes.
Yeah, that goes into hand.
Into hand,
yep.
Right. So returns that red from his graveyard here. We're going to opt with that optical monocle. Send it to the bottom.
Might be looking for an item that he can play to get an extra action point, or...
0 to 60 boost.
Possibly he had a non-mech card, and he wants to clear that away to make sure he gets go again.
Yeah, how much non-mech cards are you including in this list? I feel like you need it to be pretty streamlined, don't you?
You do need it to be pretty streamlined, but the Toma Fiendal is a very popular one to include.
We see the Mage Master boots here for Tyler, so you're onto something there.
That's actually a really interesting choice. You can still get the action point to play the tome if you
High
run...
Octane, right?
Exactly. Well,
Even
you can
Achilles
get it from High
Accelerator,
Octane.
right?
Exactly. So Achilles Accelerator, if you boost, you can use the boots for the action point. But it seems like he wants to maybe have the option to play those tomes without boosting first. So it's an interesting choice to bring those in over the Achilles Accelerators.
Tyler, of course, being able to use his resource pretty effectively on his opponent's turn there by using his dash ability and also popping that backup protocol, so making sure that blue got value. Now, feels like a wizard in Mechanologist, this Dash.io deck.
A lot of instants, doing stuff on your opponent's turn.
Is that just an underloop?
Yeah, underloop 1 for 4. If it hits, it'll go to the bottom of his deck.
Keep it coming, as he knows that the Victor would love for him to run out of cards at some point. Although I will say Todd is playing more aggressively here. Tyler not also incentivizing a ton of blocking yet from the Victor, just a couple of 0 for 4s.
Yeah, I expect the aggression coming from Victor is actually what he wants to be doing here, since he can potentially have on hits that Tyler might not be able to block.
Catch
with
him
items in
without
his
good
hand.
blocking cards as well.
Exactly. If he can hit a Spinal Crush, this is brutal for Tyler.
You might have been right about that Automagus getting traded in to power a Golden Sun.
Yep.
As that now is getting put in front to block. And then Todd, of course, can trade it in.
Yeah, looking to get the value from his arsenal here rather than let it sit and clog up. Cashing in that shield.
Tyler has a peek, just make sure he likes what he sees. And the Symbiosis shot's going to get in for 2. Obviously, it's a weapon that, gets stronger as items come into play, but a high octane turn means you can you can let many of those shots go in quick succession.
Yeah, up to 12 damage can be stored on that pistol.
Pretty deadly stuff. Here is our draw up from Tyler. So we think we know what Todd is angling for this turn. Not cracking the shield.
An E-strike.
Strike first.
2 cards in hand.
Again, this aggressive game plan is what we saw play out from both of our Victor players in round 1. Get those 5 power chain starters, or a 7 if you have that rouse, followed up with a big attack. With Titan's Fist, it feels less compelling, but we do know what Todd is sitting on here. Okay, our adaptive plating is reached for. Tyler says, ship the damage, sir. I take it.
Probably opting to save that equipment for a potential on-hit, but a little bit of an IP penalty as he comes in with just the Titan's Fist.
Spark of Genius in the hand there for Tyler.
Yeah. And something I love about the adaptive plating, being able to cash in those items that you weren't going to use anyway for an additional 2 block. 3 block on an armor piece is fantastic.
Yeah, very, very powerful. Some dashes we see, or other Inveter Extraordinaire, will use an Evo in that slot, but that adaptive plating, we're not going to use a backup protocol. There's actually not a lot left in the graveyard to make use of here. So off the top came another item. Might have been a fuel injector.
Yeah, I think this one says that you can destroy it for a resource. Is that right?
You put it on the bottom of your deck.
Oh, don't destroy it. So it's something that you can continuously loop while still playing it out, getting counters on the pistol. That's actually a really important item for the fatigue matches. If you anticipate going to the end of your deck, you don't have a real weapon as dash unless you have this card, because then it can continually be played and cycled and allow you to continue attack with that pistol.
Yeah, item that keeps coming off the top. Obviously, only costs 1 to do that, so it pays itself back when you pop it. Again, being able to keep things going here. Now, we have a T-bone, so Todd has to offer a blocking equipment here. There aren't a lot of great candidates, but again, the Guardwell Balance of Justice, having already blocked and get in there and not lose any value. Did he block with that already? Or was that the first time?
Yeah,
okay,
so this is blocking for 0.
Yep. Which is fine. That is allowed. Here comes off the top. It's a Teklo Core.
Tyler's hitting a lot of items. This is exactly what the dash player wants to see. Items after items after items off the top.
Yeah, he's able to opt, of course. The Teklo Core is going to give him some of those extra resources. He could follow now with a Spark of Genius. He has a Dissolving Shield in hand, I think. We actually don't know what is in his arsenal at this time. So
yeah.
The meta, Captain Talon, we briefly talked about. It is Dromai, followed by Dorinthia and Levias, 6, 5, and 5 respectively. And then 5 Victors. So not only 3 KOs right now.
Yeah, I think last AGE only had 1 Victor, so this is a huge switch over to Victor.
I tell you what, while he's shuffling, I'll give it to you. There you go.
Yeah, there it is.
And
5
it's gone.
Victors.
It's gone. So do you have the Dissolving Shield come down?
Yep. It looks like he cranks it so that he can gain his action point back and continue his turn after using that tutor card.
I believe also Tyler is protecting his arsenal with a Card Guys challenge coin, which you only get by challenging them and beating them at an event. This is something that Josh Lau does as well. Just make sure that your opponent knows that is your arsenal card, and we can't have any shenanigans where they get mixed up or anything like that, as that has definitely happened before. Yeah, it feels like okay to crank Dissolving Shield, right? Like you lose a point of block, but you still get your action point back. It's just nice to have 2 block.
Turn. It's one of the cards that I'm happiest to crank because 2 block still covers things up. It's really nice.
Okay. Yeah, we might have missed a Tunic counter there.
Ah, that can happen. Tough to remember, especially if you're
Todd is trying to figure out what the heck Dash.io does.
Yeah.
I don't blame him. Okay. Boosted off the top is a max velocity.
Okay.
a rueful grimace there. I can't imagine Tyler was trying to deploy that within
Yeah.
the next 2 turn cycles anyway.
Yeah, you want to arsenal that card and save it for a pop-off turn. But he'll have to wait for the next one.
0 to 60 presents our 0 to 4. Todd says, okay, I take this. Peek at the top for Tyler as he has a dissolving shield to play down now. We don't need to crank it. So that's 3 block just sat there. Man, there's a lot of items to work with here. What was the call holding the extra card and use the armor to block the attack? We call it an IP penalty, self-imposed. I'm not sure. Here comes the Golden Sun. Sands. Oh, okay. We're gonna. Yeah. Again, you don't crack the shield for a gold. It is a gold virtually. So 10 overpower coming on in.
Yeah, cracking the gold and having none available is a potentially dangerous play to do early on because you can end up in a position where you clash and you don't have the ability to reclash. So typically victors like to have at least 1 gold on the field before they go to 0. So this is a bit of a risky play using this early, but I think given the cards in his hand, this was probably the most damage he could present, and he just had to send it, made that choice to risk future turns.
Again, we've seen a Max V boosted away here. Those are obviously the most threatening in clash scenarios. I think what else we have? Red Zipper hits here.
Yeah. I think the only one that really wins is Max V if you also hit an attack. Now, there are non-attacks, but those will lose anyway.
That's true. Yeah, non-attack still loses to 0 power.
Ah.
Pummel! Okay. Tyler now. We're cashing in those 2 dissolving shields, of course. Oh, he has a high octane in hand here.
Yeah.
Now, is it a UK pummel? No, it is not.
Just getting rid of one of his items. Not too sad to see that go. It's a forget the name of it, but it gives
amplifier.
Yeah, it gives dominate to your boosted attacks.
Oh, well and good. Probably not part of the game plan here though for Tyler.
It's actually really good when you're trying to hit your grenades off the top. When you
yes.
see a grenade, you give it dominate, and then you can kind of guarantee that that's going to hit.
An extra 4 damage for you
Yep.
of the red boom grenade variety. We are opting with our monocle. What are we working with here? That might be another fuel injector, a T-bone, a high octane. Not a lot to be boosting with this turn. Still 1 floating. We're going to play that out. Fuel injector comes down. Okay, replaces itself. That's fine.
Yeah, interesting. His pistol has full counters, so he's not getting the extra value playing these items yet.
He needs to fire them off at some point. Here comes the high octane.
But it looks like he just didn't want to draw it up, so cleared it out of the way.
Oof. I think Tyler wanted a boost card here.
Yeah.
Again, each time you boost, gaining an action point. You can do that with the T-bone easily enough.
Yeah, but only 1 extra action point. Not what he wanted to see here.
No, not at all. What is it? What is an arsehole? Perhaps another boost card there. Oh, okay. It's a throttle. Oh, it's a red throttle. Okay,
Yep.
Respectable damage here. BIOS update being pitched, rather boosted away. And gain yourself an action point. So we have 2 AP. This is not bad. I mean, that still represents what, 6 damage off the off the symbiosis shot.
Good to clear those counters up and go wide here. With the life disparity, he definitely needs something like this to get a little bit back into the game.
Todd here, of course, looking for a reasonable way to block this attack. Usually 2-3 blocks does it, but we might want to clash here. It's a whole lot of not a whole lot on the top of Tyler's deck in terms of those high-powered attack action cards.
Looks like he's considering not blocking here.
I mean, you have that life buffer.
Does have the life buffer, and maybe he likes his 4 cards, but keeps hovering, and he gives 1 eventually.
The buckling blow. All right. Still a T-bone here, which is just going to get the balance of justice treatment once more. And then we fire off some shots. Here we go. Shoot you for 2. Never feels good trying to block 2. Okay. We are preserving life.
Huh.
I mean, I guess I would be saving that for boom grenade empowered attacks normally. Like you want to prevent those on hits.
I don't think that's going to prevent anything from the boom grenade because the boom grenade is just damage from
an
item.
I mean, you just don't want to just to prevent on hits.
Sure,
right?
yeah, to only give 1 card and cover up the break points there, especially when they're dominated. We saw the convection amplifier being discarded earlier.
It's true.
But if one of those was out.
Another backup protocol red here for Tyler. What will he bring back with that? Maybe another.
Oh, so he can crank that and it counts as another attack. So he's still going wide here. He's piecing together a turn from what kind of felt like scraps when we looked at his hand earlier.
Yeah, obviously he gains that action point, right? Does it count as a boost for the purposes of
It won't.
Octane?
Well, so when he gets the boost card back from his graveyard, that's the boost, right?
Yes,
So he's pulling something, probably a 0 to 60 or maybe a zipper hit.
Yep, just to keep us going. Yeah, 0 to 60 would make sense, right?
Yeah.
He does have that one floating, so zipper hit is also reasonable, but you do need to pay to crack that backup protocol costs too. So looking for another boost attack.
Well, he has the fuel injector on the battlefield that can help him pay for that.
He has enough. That's right. All right, we're doing a little bit of quick math here.
Yeah.
Definitely no reason not to try and divest oneself of all of these remaining cards if you're Tyler.
They're both going for the vertical shuffle on their hands.
Yeah, all right, very based. the Kibler vertical shuffle.
I can't shuffle while playing. I just drop my cards all over the table.
To be fair, I try and shuffle while playing because I just have a fixation and then I drop my cards.
Yeah.
So, so Josh Lau recently appearing on the Instant Speed podcast saying that he thinks it's absurd because you just drop your cards.
There's no reason to do it.
Also, playing Dory and showing your opponent what is in your hand is a super bad idea.
Yeah.
So
we got the blue throttle coming down, boosting. Getting some more action points here. So this turn is really starting to come together in terms of getting the value off that pistol.
Blue Throttle is still respectable 4.
Yeah, not a bad card. And he's got 2 floating so that he can crack his protocol there and get another attack on the chain.
0 to 60 in theory, right? To be a 0 cost. Oh, no, he has the injector still. So
right, he could
be a zipper.
I don't know if he played a zipper hit, if it's in his graveyard or not. If he did, that's probably the right choice. But we'll have to wait and see.
Right. Todd here, of course, fairly reluctant to block this turn, giving only the equipment of the Gauntlets of Iron Will so far. Here's the blue choke slam. I'll take 1. Tyler, wondering how many yees he has left to whore in this game.
Thinking deeply.
I wonder if he got that.
There's the 0 to 60.
Yeah.
No zipper hit in there, so.
Yeah, hey, look, you're paying 2 for a 0 for 4, getting it back. That seems totally fine. Cashing that in now.
And the nice thing too here is that he can keep the fuel injector for a later turn.
Yeah.
No need to pay
Here we go.
1 for 1 damage.
Ever wider. Here's another boost. We're up to 3 action points now.
Yep.
So that means 6 more damage off the Symbiosis shot. We've already fired 1 shot. So Symbiosis here for 8 this turn.
Look at that. Just damage coming through.
He's face up now, though. So, well, again, he can always, if it's a 0 cost item on the top of his deck, he can rip that with the injector.
Yeah, if he's not used it, I think his hero ability is once per turn. So it's sideways, so he can't use that anymore this turn.
That's a good point. Okay, we close the chain by the looks of things.
Yeah, he may be.
Am I missing the line here? Is there more to do outside of just some pew pew pew?
I'm not sure what he's considering here. I thought if he had a 1 floating, he might think about using the chess piece, but that doesn't really do anything without any cards in hand, and he doesn't have any cards in hand, correct?
No.
So he's just maybe thinking about
sending 6.
His future.
Okay. Why are we... Okay, we're down to 3. Yeah, okay. We're just taking all 6 at once here.
Easy. 3.
Okay. Pretty big turn from Tyler there.
Yep. Evens things up. And that was quick.
How about a Thunderquake?
10 damage.
All of a sudden, Tyler looks at the lion's share of his life total.
Yeah.
Represented on this 1 attack action from our Guardian.
And another item in hand.
Max V in hand as well. Good luck. T-Bone.
Tyler's got a very item-heavy -IO list.
A powder keg there, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Powder keg. If you play that, if it's on the field and a mechanologist weapon hits, sorry, I think it says pistol specifically, but regardless, if the weapon hits or the pistol hits, you can blow up that powder keg and destroy a piece of equipment, which is...
Yeah, defending equipment, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's defended on the chain, so it doesn't need to be against the pistol.
It's somewhere on the chain. For Tyler's purposes, it may just be a blue.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised to see how much item density he has in his deck. It seems like there are some turns here where he wants to boost, 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 and he's got item, item, item. So I don't know if he's drawing poorly or if it's
I mean, just looking at this, right? 3 fuel injectors, 2 optical monocles, 3 Tekla cores, 1 powder keg, 3 pounders.
It could be that he's got a game plan to go late, but with items that don't block, that's a hard game plan to guarantee.
I like being in the Guardian's position here. I get to relax. I get to check my opponent's graveyard. Get to check mine. And Todd obviously makes a very simple, straightforward advance on his turn. Obviously, Tyler, the onus is on him as the Dash.io player to figure out a wending path through his next turn. Also, ask himself if he wants to check that top card here. See, Dash is once per turn, but you can do it at instant speed.
Oh,
did he just say...
picked up his Arsenal card?
Actually, I don't think
no, he didn't have one. He was just setting it down. I should have known the token wasn't on top of it.
Yeah, that's it. What will it be that gets in front of this one? Something at least. Okay, the Max V. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Not useful right now.
Foundry card also blocking. Let's block 5.
Taking 5, blocking 5, going to 11. Back over to Tyler.
Yeah, it's funny. There doesn't feel like any great civic steps opportunities here.
Right.
Kind of enables a symbiosis shot potentially.
Yeah, there's really, against pretty much every mechanologist, since they can attack multiple times per turn with their weapons, it's, you know, unless the pistol had 0 counters on it, there's really never a good time. You block 2 and then you just take 2 more. So you might as well not have equipment.
Okay, we are... Love that. Look at that card, Todd. He's leaning forward.
Master
Was that a
Boots.
Dynasty All-Star, right? Yeah, powder keg off the Mage Master Boots, just quietly.
So this is an example of where, you know, he didn't have to boost first to get the action point. So I think maybe knowing that you have an item-heavy deck could be a liability to have to boost first.
Okay, BIOS update. T-Bone. What are we boosting? Hoping for an item. Ooh,
Yeah.
we get the pounder in play.
Exactly the item you want to hit off of that. 2 costs, meaning he gets 2 extra value, 2 pitch that he didn't have to pay for here.
But it is not active until Tyler's next turn.
Correct.
That's when you take
He'll
off
have
the
to.
counter.
Yeah, it's the first card you boost each turn gains +2, and he's already boosted, so
Hey,
that won't come into effect.
good part of the game for that to come up. And look, with the balance of justice getting cracked, we are going to have to give something else here. The trounce.
Ooh.
Okay, we are trouncing.
Tyler looking at the top of his deck and deciding to play it, knowing it can't win that trounce.
Yeah, he is resolving that at instant speed with the resource he had floating.
And a judge.
Yeah, just to clear this up, I think there's definitely the question of Tyler making sure that that top card doesn't insta-lose him a clash, although, again, he has 1 Max V left in the deck. That's the only card that really gets him there, unless his opponent... I think we've seen like a buckling blow here from Todd, so... No, non-attacks here. So Todd is saying, yep, you can definitely do that. Tyler's like, I know, bozo. I know. That's fine. Yeah, comes in 5 steam counters. Symbiosis shot ticks up to 6, and now he resolved the trounce clash. First one, 0 to 60 into, ooh, you don't win that one. Into the spinal crush. Second clash, zipper hit of the yellow variety. That's 4. And the Thunderquake. We're in the money.
Yeah, that's exactly what Victor wants to see. Gets the might, gets the vigor, gets the gold. He's ready to roll for his next turn.
Okay, that is the dream for a Victor player. So much value right there. Nothing better to follow that up than trouncing into a Golden Sun, then playing it the next turn. It's about as good as it gets. We didn't quite get there, but again, showing a 9 and 10 off the top of the deck. Todd might have used up all his good clash luck there for the whole day. But, that might be all for Tyler, right? Opting that away. It's not an item. We don't care for it. And what else is here? More opting.
I think he's just using the... Oh, yep.
Yep.
Goes down 1 more.
We are going to keep opting.
Yeah.
We're digging for something.
He needs something, and he needs it now.
Yeah, he definitely knows that the piper needs to be paid. Let's shoot you once for 2.
I wonder if he was just looking for blocking cards.
Maybe. Yeah, just trying to grease the wheels a little bit because he knows that what's coming is not going to be pretty. Victor Goldmane at his strongest here as we move over to Todd's turn. We have a Might token.
Well, he
we have
sure
a Victor
didn't
token.
find any.
No.
He's got one card, I think, that blocks in that hand.
That is absolutely diabolical draw for Tyler.
Hopefully Todd can't do a lot of damage here. With his might, his vigor, and his 3 cards.
Yeah, Victor with obviously drawing a card off the trounce, by the way. So replacing it, essentially. Plus the rest of the value. Yeah, he's doing all the fun stuff right now, I'm not going to lie. I believe that's what Riot Games in the creation of League of Legends referred to as endgame fantasy. Is what Todd is experiencing. Like being a Fed LeBlanc, feasting upon bronzes. Any of that sort of resonate?
Well, I used to be bronze tier, so.
Okay, yep,
yeah.
me too.
I got to silver once.
Okay, let's go.
That was my peak.
I mean, I haven't played League in ages. I do know the AGE Pro team love to throw down to some ARAMs. So
okay.
I'm a big fan of those.
ARAM games.
Yep. Todd, trying to decide what kind of cookie cutter to slam down onto the Tyler Horspool dough here. As he looks to cook him with a very robust grip of 4 cards.
Putting a lot of thought into this turn.
Todd, it's me, God, the one you're talking to right now. Unga bunga him.
Yeah. I think you got the message.
I see you looking at me. I'm telling you. Throw down. Okay. Thunk into the pitch zone now.
So four resources here. And
little choke slam with a might token. Hey, that's 9. That's a nice number. How much of this are you blocking, Mr. Horspool?
2 cards in hand. Is this inefficient or is it a pummel?
Goodness me. Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, again, without go again, without the sort of resource sink of the sort of tectonic to pitch into.
Yeah.
I mean, it better be a bloody pummel. You've got tuning.
I wonder if maybe the look up to the sky was a little bit of theatrics. Sometimes when you want that pummel to land, you just like pretend you don't have it. Oh, this is difficult.
I thought he was begging for forgiveness for the heinous sin he was about to commit.
Yeah, that could be. That could be.
Like that sort of pre-confession, you know what I mean?
Yeah. How could you pummel a man in that hat?
Pretty easily, actually, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, maybe that's making
That's not
the
a stretch
pummel.
for me. No mental gymnastics required.
Yeah.
It is always correct to pummel him. Oh, it's not a cowboy hat, though, is it really?
Yeah, I think that might be the reason that we pummel him. If it was a true cowboy hat, maybe you don't want to get in that fight. But
no, that's true.
With this cowboy hat, maybe you win that fight.
It was less imposing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He probably has, like, he probably has an ass on his chaps. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're covered.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not real cowboy.
I think he might be the kind of farmer that sticks to corn and wheat.
Okay, gotcha. As opposed to
like
livestock.
the cowboy. Yeah, but that's okay. You know, that's a respectable living.
No bronco breaking, just corn milling. You know.
Yep.
All right.
Just more likely to win a fight.
Okay, sure, yeah. Voted number 1 in most likely to win a fight amongst the rest of his teaching faculty this year, Tyler Horspool, getting his banished zone returned to him. Okay, we take it. We take it.
It resolved. So he was pretending that maybe Tyler would need to overblock, which he couldn't have done anyway with the number of items in his hand.
No Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Todd put those cards.
So a little IP penalty there. That's something that's very common
Guardian,
for
right?
Victor.
Yeah.
When you win a clash and you've already calculated your turn to use 3 cards, you get a 4th, you don't have nothing to do with it. So it's not always the best thing or that useful to draw that extra card.
There's something to be said for offering the trounce first, right?
Yeah,
to get to see
if
as much
know
as
that way you can kind of calculate things out and maybe just block with an extra card if you can afford it.
Good point in chat there. Again, keeping 2 cards, heaving makes sense, right? That's
true.
That would be one way you make use of those.
Yeah.
Red throttle with the pounder. That's 8. Okay. Okay. Blue throttle.
No, I think it's red. It should be. I see. I don't know. Oh, the choke slam.
Oh, of course.
It slammed it.
Power. He took the crush effect. Test the strength.
Because he couldn't block it. I'm sure if he could, he would.
Devastating. Yeah, I mean, just can't.
But this is what's so tough about Dash.io in the end game is you get put in these positions.
That boom grenade there, yellow boom grenade, gives an extra 3 damage if it goes off. But this is a full block here.
So.
He won the clash.
Yeah. Giving the civic steps.
Drawing a card. What did he just? Did he just draw a golden sun off that?
I missed it.
No, otherwise he would have an extra gold.
True.
No.
Well, he has 2. No, you're
right.
No,
I think he did. Did he just clash a golden sun off that? Yikes.
I think he would be at 3 because he made one with the trounce.
That's true. Very good point. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So Symbiosis shot here. not requiring a surplus of action points. This is for free, so this quicken the civic steps with 0 value.
Yeah. Well, it actually got some value.
no, that's true.
This is one of the
stop the
rare
boom
times
grenade,
you
right?
can get value off of this card
Yes.
is when you stop a breakpoint with a boom grenade on top.
Great point. So yeah, civic's okay. Net value of 3.
Played by Todd.
Love that. Blue cranial. Thanks, Putsy. We're all in this together. One floating here for Tyler. That that Teklo Pounder is in the pitch zone as opposed to the one that's turned sideways that has been activated.
That's a lot of cards on the field right here. You got half his deck laid out there.
Yeah.
It's like do a deck tech right now.
It's like Dromai, except, you know, kind of underwhelming, really, because none of these terminants can actually attack for you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's alphabet soup here on Tyler's side of the board. We'll keep you up to date on any new additions here. Todd is a champion among new players. Great to have him here. Anyone know where Todd got his Victor Altar? Do you know where he got
I
them?
think he made them.
He
I
made
think
them,
that either he commissioned it or made it himself, but I know he was handing them out to friends.
I do love people's aversion to playing Victor, given that he looks so smug.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Yeah, this our culturally, our generation just can't stand that kind of demeanor in people. I love it, to be honest. I think I love it. It's troll. Like people want to punch him in the face, and if I'm playing him and I'm winning, like it's just even more tilting, right? Like it's not offending me, but hopefully my opponent.
Sure. I'm in the opposite camp. I used to play Kano, and I got off him because of how much it offended my opponents.
Ah,
I just didn't like the feeling of making people hate playing against me. I want everyone to have fun in this game.
To be fair, I've seen like Kano players experience. I mean, every time I speak to Peter Budensik, he's like, "Yeah, I'm getting rolled by all this AB." So you know, I don't want to offend. I mean, Victor seems inoffensive. He's kind of just like value. He's not doing anything fundamentally busted. But I just want them to look at his punchable face and go, "I'm getting punched by the punchable face."
Exactly.
It feels bad.
Yeah. His art on what's the D-React that he first emerged on? The yellow. Oh, I'm blanking.
D-React.
Or is that all you got?
Oh, is that Victor?
That's Victor.
It is.
And he looks badass in that art.
Chat,
He's kind of calmed down a little bit in his recent
looks like he has his entourage doing most of the fighting for him, which is a little bit, or the horse.
Okay,
we're down to 1.
1.
That Thunderquake, pretty hard to block in general. So, yeah, we lost the Boom Grenade. That one is expired. Getting 2 resources from our Teklo core. Hey, the board state's getting cleared up. Love to see that.
2 cards in hand. Tyler is in a bad spot here.
Tyler's about to be torn limb from limb.
Yeah.
How do we get rid of these Symbiotes? Shock counters, that would be nice. We're opting this card away. Those monocles are getting a little cracked, a little worn. Yeah, we are still filtering through here. Can we find our silver bullet? Only way to win against Kano is to physically just play. Okay, you guys just play AB. Come on, like you can't. Yeah, I mean even AB3 is hard. Or just play a deck that races.
I don't think it's so much about winning or losing. I think it's about sitting across from a Kano and not being able to interact. I think that's the tough part. It's not that he's like winning everything.
Yeah, that is
it's
fair.
that you sort of feel like you're playing against the bot on Talishar.
Yeah, it is. It is suspenseful sitting there.
Yeah.
Like every time I play Colin Honigman, he likes to tank a little bit on his Kano turns, and I'm like, "Are you dead or am I dead?" I just don't.
Yeah, sometimes they're sitting there going like, "Oh man, I'm screwed."
Yeah.
But maybe if I think harder, I can get out of this hole.
All right, so Underloot came in here. We got a 2-card block. Oh, we have a High Octane active this turn. Okay. So Underloop should have boosted for us, no?
Yeah.
Okay, Foundry Heart. More boosting, more AP.
Yeah, he's really searching for probably an item or just something to get him out of this.
Just have a hunt down Todd for one. I've seen a lot of them on Twitter and such here. You know what, Chad? They're great people. They don't sponsor us, but Etsy, great place to find cool altars and such. You might find something similar, or ask in the Purple Discord. Ask in the Purple Discord. People generally there are helpful as long as you're not asking for an Azuri or Prism list. Hate you guys. Cringes. Just give me the list. I don't want to figure it out myself. I have time. I have to cast this game. Give me your deck list. I'm looking at you, Dozer. All right. We are in the tank, Tyler. What is he? I guess he's checking graveyard because maybe it's a backup protocol. I don't know if he really has the resources to make this happen.
Yeah, he couldn't play it and activate it with what's floating. He would have to pitch the card in his hand. He's got one opt left.
Oh, Trent, obviously, as one of our local judges here, saying they're legal to play. Love that.
Drawing 2.
Yeah, see, Warrior Discord channels are always Omega-based, Captain Talon. Extremely based. Because they know even if they give their secrets away, they're not winning, and nor will you. I mean, if you're playing Kasai, you're probably doing okay. Are Azuri and Prism Main salty or something? No, I think they just got sick of people asking for deck lists after the first sort of come-uppance of those heroes. And people stopped giving deck lists. They were like, figure it out kind of thing. So, you know, it really depends what side of the table you sit on. Okay, Pulse Wave Harpoon. We've boosted a few times here. We're boosting yet again. So we're up to 3 action points now. And we get to see the hand. We get to pull a CNC in here. Or, alternatively, we can pull... No, we don't want to pull something in here because Todd's going to give a card either way, probably. That was a... You want the blue, right?
Yeah, I think pulling the blue is the right play because then you leave Todd with nothing, which is a huge break for Tyler. If he can get the whole hand here, that would help him with tempo, and maybe he can string something together with a real 4-card hand.
The Tech Levels in chat doesn't exist. Yeah, nor does the Victor one, actually. We say there is a Discord for it. You can ask Taylor Crawford for access. I don't really understand why they make a separate Discord, but that's fine. I'm in there. I'm checking it out. I'm stealing deck lists, trying to figure out how the Warriors can beat him. We can't. Spoilers. All right, here comes the 6 damage in total from the Symbiosis shot. Todd says, okay, we'll take this.
Wow.
Did Tyler pull a CNC out of the hand?
It looks like it. I'm not sure how I feel about that choice.
Oh, you can't pull, excuse me. It's the length of the combat chain, and that gets broken.
Oh, he didn't pull anything, so he just chose to block with the CNC and send the hammer. That makes sense.
Thank you for that. Yeah, only
saying,
2.
give me 2 cards or give me
We need a longer
Wait,
pulse wave.
He's saying, hold on, let me think.
I have no armor.
Is he popping a gold? No, he's just sending the hammer.
Oh, yeah. Not much to do off that. I suppose maybe you had a 4-cost attack action in Arsenal you can send if you pull a blue off that, but it's marginal.
This is a great spot to be in. Getting 2 cards for 1 late game. Now, 2 life is not a great spot to be in. So this is a fairly close game, but Todd hoping that he can catch Tyler with no blocks in his hand and just close it.
Pulse Wave Harpoon being looked at here. Yeah, in the previous turn, the combat chain wasn't long enough to get a 3-block. But of course, it's a Guardian, so Tyler just got to look at the hand at least. You do love the equivalent of button mashing when playing against Teklo. He's a warrior's nightmare, I'll tell you that much. What else is in here? Is that a Tome of Findle? Yeah, it doesn't do much here.
Yeah, maybe he's thinking about arsenaling it. It's a little bit too late, I think, to put that in the arsenal. Just a little too risky, saying...
Give it up.
Yeah. So he blocks with it.
Okay, so we can opt one more time, right?
Will he opt to opt?
We still have the Pounder in place, so there's a value to be gained. Also, some free resources here.
Useful.
But the bazaar of items is starting to get cleared out here.
Oh,
okay.
Just replaces it.
That is fine if you're planning to survive too much longer.
Tyler would love to see another high octane here pretty soon.
We just boost an attack action into a Symbiosis shot, perhaps?
Seems likely.
Perhaps you have the resource density also to... Okay, boom
grenade. And
cranked. And a zipper hit. Okay. Send a break point.
Yep, that's asking for 3 cards this turn to keep Todd alive, which is good. Expecting another hammer back from Todd next turn. So we've got this loop right now.
The boom grenade, the attack needs to hit, right, for the boom grenade to go off?
So he has to give 2 cards here.
2 cards, yeah.
Oh! Why is he...
Offering the... That's a very red hand. This is a huge stumble for Todd.
How much is the zipper hit coming in for?
Just 7. Right?
7 because, okay, I wasn't sure if he still had the pounder out. So
no, so he has the perfect block in 3 cards.
That's
so
massive, and now he gets to send the... This is his whole hand. This is what Tyler needed. He needed to pull every card from Todd's hand.
Yep, he's going to get it too.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is big. Getting the 3 cards, that's massive.
Yep.
2, I mean, look, it's a Spinal and 2 red pummels. That is a huge stumble for the Victor deck here. Tyler gets to draw up. and try and make something happen here. Still 4 counters on the Symbiosis shot. Free resources and the looming threat of this Boom Grenade, which, I mean, if Todd gets hit anyway, he's dead. Can't get hit for any amount of damage,
Yeah,
basically.
I mean, the Boom Grenade is dead this turn. He had to crank it
true.
last turn. So when the start of turn happens, that's going to go in the graveyard. But it was a really interesting choice to use that, because what it did was basically say, you can't block this for 6 and go to 1. You must block with 3 cards from hand.
Getting an extra card.
So that was a really heads-up play by Tyler.
Can Tyler end the game? I mean, again, no convection amplifier. I don't think we have any overloads here. As I do the fists, I'm trying to think
the payload?
Payload, that's the one.
There we go.
Yeah.
So just boosting as T-Bone here, 3 power. But man, 4 cards from a Dash.io is scary, because it's very likely to be able to go 5 wide with 4 cards.
T-Bone seems good. Gets the Terrace under. Hey. We like those. What is on top? Is it compelling enough here for Tyler? Having those extra resources is pretty nice. Again, Boom Grenade just says you can't go to 1 again. I still think that's very powerful. A lot of the other stuff to come off the top probably doesn't move the needle on this particular turn.
No.
Checking our Banish. What have we boosted away already? What do we have access to left in the deck? Dash.io has a tendency, of course, to burn through pretty quickly.
He may be checking for high octanes. Make sure he has 1 left. I think he has 1 left in the deck.
That would be, I mean, if you have, that would be hard to block.
Maybe not for this turn, but just setting up a lethal. You know, at this turn, his goal is probably get 4 cards again, and then see if you can line something up where you go 5 wide. The danger is him bricking on an all item hand. If he sees that.
So he needs to stay on the offensive here.
He needs to see all his boost cards right here, right now. And he goes for the
Foundry Heart, boost.
Foundry Heart.
Spark of Genius and another Mechanologist card going away there. What we got? Okay. Off the top comes an item.
Oh,
Boom
he
Grenade
gets the Boom
again.
Grenade. Cranking this is huge because it gives 2 potential attacks on the Symbiosis shot.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, again, cranking those instant speeds, getting basically a free action point. It's like Spirit of Arena Lumina level. Nice. And a lot of shots here. Okay, 2 AP to work with.
I like sending this in now, sort of holding
the one,
your
right?
hand. Yeah, just forcing.
Oh, breakpoints
That's
galore.
it. That's got to be it, right?
You can't block this out.
Unless
You got 2
he has
cards
a
left in your
D-React
hand.
in his arsenal. I don't think he brought D-React.
2 cards.
And he blocks real quick. And there it is.
Hey, got him with that last Symbiosis shot.
I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting the comeback there from Tyler. That looked like it was in Victor's favor the whole time there. Todd not able to block all the way out at the end there, that last turn.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tight. I mean, Tyler has to just not block so much of what Todd is throwing his way. Fortunately, the Victor can't present that many disruptive on-hits. There was that really nasty choke slam that affected Tyler when, you know, he wanted to come in with the Teklo Pounder and get value from that. He was denied that for a particular turn. A lot of time deliberating, a lot of time digging. Again, the Boom Grenade off the top, it's fine. It was really the action point he wanted.
Yep. The action point is what sent that over. Sending the pistol in, stripping a card, and then a break point.
It's been great to see, obviously, these Dash.io decks pop up ever since Tom Dowling, I think, in Auckland went 8-0, I think undefeated, maybe 11-0, undefeated into
This
top
was
8.
the week after, or just a few weeks after Dash.io first came out.
Yep.
And we haven't seen a lot of Dash.io finishes since then. It's kind of fallen off.
Usually we get like 1 or so at tournaments here and there. Again, you can see the fragility of that deck. It doesn't necessarily block all that well, but it can really lay on the damage, and finding action points out of nowhere is a really big deal.
I think one of the interesting things is one of the things that pushed the Dash.io out of the meta was threatening on hits, because if you get hit with something and you can't block it and it's threatening, you're done. But seeing the Dash.io beat a Guardian, what on hits are more threatening than a Guardian? Maybe a Ranger, but after that like this is the exact matchup that was pushing Dash.io out. To see the Dash win here it's really interesting.
Went really close. We're going to have to bring Tyler in and get some words from him. Quick interview. But first, we've got to go to a short break, get that set up. Thanks for joining us. That was the end of round 2 of our AGE April Open. We'll see you in a moment. That's right. Only here at AGE do we cut a break time short to get you the action straight away. It's your bad bandito doing bad things. Tyler Horspool here, joining us in the booth. Nice Dash.io game, by the way. I mean, very, very diabolical Dash.io game, excuse me. Again, that matchup doesn't seem super comfortable a lot of the time for you, but you got a lot of those non-block hands and items sometimes clunking up things. How do you feel like it played from your seat?
You know, I just got in there hooting and hollering, and then he hoot and hollered me back.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect that. I expected him to block more, and he didn't give me any chances to do any maximum velocities or things, that we find in the Wild West.
Yeah, right. Just rustling out there amongst the tumbleweed.
Yeah, and can you believe the audacity? He coming at me with a horse character.
Yeah, it's true.
Me.
Just the horse, by the way. I was like, who's the cowpoke? Who's the bronco here? I couldn't tell half the time.
Yeah, Todd, generally a great guy, but maybe not after today,
Is this town big enough for the two of you?
Definitely not.
You played Dash.io Pro Tour. How did that feel? And sort of, why are you bullish on this deck right now? Obviously, you're bringing it here. You showed us a great game. Where do you feel she shines? Do this in character. Good luck. Good luck, brother.
How about I hold your head underwater for just a little while? Yeah, I'm gonna pop out.
Yeah, sure.
The dash, it's a little bit of a sore spot because so I brought it to play against all of the brutes that are going to be there.
Yeah.
I think it races very well. Probably might be the best racing deck in the format, especially when things are going well. Because it's also one of those decks that can beat itself very easily.
Yeah.
And I have my own sauce for if somebody's trying to block out, trying to not die to damage. I think Todd knows that, so he's trying to throw a loop to me by presenting damage. So you saw me blocking with my maximum velocities because I could see that the game was going low and I wasn't going to be able to get one off. So what happened at the PT was I got paired into 2 contract assassins in the first 4 rounds, and there's only 7 assassins and they're both playing contract.
I hate contract assassin, man.
It might be the worst matchup for me, or close to.
Yeah.
Because not only am I boosting away my cards, they're also helping me get rid of my
Yeah,
cards.
sure.
And they're also playing the full suite. Like one of them was playing unmovables against me, and I'm just like, all right, well, I didn't expect to play against this. So I did still day 2. Went 4-3, but then I ended up I ran into James White on the street, honestly, and I was like, hey James, should I play the Calling or should I play Pro Tour? And I told him a little bit about my deck and how I feel like my Dash.io deck has a couple things that are different from the traditional builds that might do well. And he's like, hey, if you believe in yourself, go for it. Go for the big glory. Don't go to top 16 of Pro Tour. Go win a Calling with this deck. And I started off 3-0 feeling as high as you can be, and then I 0-3'd after that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this hat. All right, I'm back in character now.
All right, so your boy Chris Iardi's out there on Victor. You've already dealt with the Victor. How do you feel about Chris getting coerced? I heard he got taken hostage, bounty on his head. They made him play the Goldmane.
I mean, there's all sorts of players out here, but Chris is a well-known Guardian main since forever. Yeah. He loves Guardians.
He looks like he's having fun, yeah.
He's up there with the Charles Dunns of the world. I assume his name is Charles Dunn because after the first round, he's, done.
Come on. Oh, yeah, well-known guy who played Chris Iardi. Mostly on Bolton recently. But, yeah, good to see him back in the saddle, so to speak.
Absolutely.
How's it going to go down if you two cross paths?
Oh, well.
Going to be 6 shooters at sunset?
You've watched Chris Iardi play in the first round. He's not a quick draw.
Quicker than dead out here at the AG April Open. Thanks for joining me, Mr. Horspool, and good luck to you. Hopefully you evade law enforcement and bounty hunters for as long as possible. We'll be back after this break with round number 3 here as our players start to get situated for their runs at top 8.
Yeehaw, everybody.
Yeehaw.